Thanks, Daniel. It's an honor for me to be here. I was actually here a year ago, and I feel that I really like what Chin's mentioned in his opening speech. Especially for Indonesia, it is a moving from promise to progress. And always the hardest for me and for us in institution is the first step. And anyone who can actually do and push the first step, I think the rest can eventually follow. One interesting fact about the white paper, when we launched it last year, precisely at the end of the year, when you take a look, the numbers of crypto holders in Indonesia is 18.4 million. But today, fast forward, in 4 to 5 months, the number itself have grew even further, now reaching 23 million. So you can imagine, about 10% of Indonesia population is actually owning crypto. Isn't it amazing? But still, it's small. Compared to the numbers of populations that we have, we are a country of 280 million people. So when we talk about all these nice opportunities that we can eventually do in Indonesia, definitely there's also a lot of challenges. And I feel that these challenges are important for us to understand and to eventually overcome. One of the big challenges in Indonesia is we are a country with a lot of unbanked and underbanked population. This serves as an opportunity because a lot of these people may or may not having an actual bank account, but now with the leverage of blockchains and whatnot, it can eventually leap forward into the new technology. The second big challenge is definitely on the insufficient infrastructures of investment. Me, myself, a little bit of background, a little bit of context, I lead investment in BRI Ventures, one of the leading CVC arm of the oldest financial institution in Indonesia. And most of the time, we invest in a lot of fintech application company. You can name it from payments, digital lending, and whatnot. And as we see moving forward, we feel that apart from applications, when we entering into blockchain space and Web3 especially, it is very, very important not to only think about application layer, but how we can improve infrastructures. Because we believe that the challenge of infrastructures, there's a lot of things that can actually be done. Imagine you're living in the rural areas of Indonesia. You're living in one of the islands in rural areas of Indonesia. It's hard for you to do a lot of financial transactions. But with the promise of blockchain, they now can have the same opportunity with people not only in Jakarta, but elsewhere globally. And this is things that really excites me every time we talk about the opportunities of blockchain and how it can change life. So therefore, our commitment with Saisan Capital and also Koinvestasi, the reasons why we launched our RWA accelerator is because we want to move from promise to progress. And this is the first of its kind accelerator in which, one, usually accelerator main focus is to work with startup companies, but this times we will work with institutions that have a very long history and are curious to look into new technology and how this technology can help them move forward in digital space. Institutions can submit, can open their sandbox, and work with an agile blockchain companies to enable a proof of concept to solve real world problems. At the end of the day, fostering a meaningful collaboration between well-established financial institutions with innovative, fast-moving technology partners. And why we feel that this is important, once again, I cannot miss and really want to emphasize this point. It's because we believe that at the end of the day, for Indonesia to move from progress eventually to a mass adoption, everyone need to join hands together, really work and collaborate for the ecosystems. We work with a lot of institution partners. These are some of the names that have committed. The banks, BRI, MDI Ventures is one of the CVC arms of the biggest telco group in Indonesia, Sason Capital. And there are various use cases that we want to find. So I think this message is very important to all of you builders here, blockchain, layer 1, platforms, tokenization platform, and whatnot. We open the opportunities. Definitely, the main use cases will be on RWA and tokenizations, asset tokenizations, liquidity enhancement, complementary use cases around real-world assets such as digital custody and whatnot is something that we're looking for. But on top of that, we also realize that because it is about infrastructures, we widen up a bit. We put a complementary use cases such as fraud prevention, security and identity, payments, and transaction efficiency. Because we believe that this is something that can be built, that can be tested, that can be seen as a progress, and eventually something that people can adopt. But we have a missing link, ladies and gentlemen, which is the blockchain enabler. And as we launch it today, once again, I would like to welcome any of the builders, any of the founders today that are present here. If you're thinking that you want to provide some useful, and you want to do POC, a real POC, I think this is a very good chance for you guys to actually enter Indonesian market. Last but not least, this is a little bit of timeline. So we open applications from today till the end of May. The accelerator program itself, all the POC and whatnot will happen in June and July till August. And then at the end, we will showcase it as part of a celebrations at CoinFest Asia 2025. So all in all, it's going to be a whole great journey. So once again, as a call to action, please find information at the link. You can find me later today in the event. I'm happy to talk to any of you. Thank you.